Hello and welcome to this video. And I am going to share with you my personal insights and training around intention and goal setting. This is really important for everyone to understand because when you really get this concept, this will allow you to develop that follow through ability that many are asking about. I've been getting a lot of questions about how do I go the distance? How do I go the extra mile? What do I do if I'm successful up until a certain point, but then I sabotage myself at the very end, or I take it easy, I take my foot off the gas at the last minute? So, we're going to distinguish between goals, goal setting, and intention, or setting intentions and holding intentions. So before we go into that, I want to share a video clip with you, which is freely available on YouTube. And specifically, this has to do with Bruce Lee and one thing that he was known for, which was the 1-inch punch. Now, some of you may have heard about this. Some of you may not have heard about this, but this was something that he was world famous for. He was able to do a punch with only 1-inch distance between the tips of his finger and the target. So in this video, you're going to see Bruce Lee just holding his hand right up to the target, and he's going to be putting 1-inch distance between the tips of his fingers and the target. Take a look. Slow it down just so you can understand what's happening there. So for all of you who might be wondering, how does Bruce Lee generate enough force, momentum, speed? How does he develop all of that power within a 1-inch distance between the tips of his finger to the board on the other side? How does he do it? So we're not going to be doing a karate lesson here or a taekwondo or jeet kune do lesson here, but the emphasis that I want to force upon you or impress upon you is the difference between intention and a goal. So intention in the Eastern languages, specifically I believe Chinese, they use the word yi, which stands for intention. Your intention is something that goes infinitely off into the future. It goes infinitely off into the future. Whereas a goal is from a point A to a point B. So if Bruce Lee is throwing a punch and he throws from point A and he has an inch distance and his goal is to just hit that pad, it's not going to generate as much force. Anyone who knows martial arts, they will tell you that there is extreme power in seeing beyond the actual target. If you see yourself punching beyond the target, you will generate more power, more force, more force and more power and momentum will all go into that punch. And that is the secret behind goals and intentions. Sometimes we tend to operate as if I just need to get this done. I just need to get this done. I just need to get this done. And that is the same thing as setting an intention where you're 1 inch away and tapping the target versus setting an intention and blasting through the target. Going from point A to point B, this is goal setting. This is useful, but in order to develop staying power, in order to develop resilience, in order to develop that follow through, you need to see beyond the goal. You need to see beyond the target. So I hope this analogy is making sense to you. But this mindset shift in setting an intention, not just a goal, but setting an intention, one that goes further beyond. This is what will help you develop your staying power, your ability to go after your goal relentlessly. to go after your goal, to be so hyper focused and go after your goal, not quitting, not giving up, not self sabotaging. So, what does this look like in the real world? What you want to be able to do is to look at what your life's purpose is all about. When you look at your life's purpose and you know why you are here on this earth, what your mission is, and you're holding that in mind, that allows you to develop what we call the 1,000-mile stare. You're not looking from point A to point B at your goal or your target, but you're now looking 1,000 miles forward, well beyond that goal. So if this analogy was making sense, this is the same thing as Bruce Lee looking at the target and merely trying to tap the target versus Bruce Lee looking beyond the target, focusing all of his attention well beyond the target, driving his fist well beyond the target. That is the power of yi. That is the power of intention. When you can harness your intention to go well beyond, magic will happen with all your goals. Now, I also want to draw an analogy here, specifically to trading, because many people can relate to this. You don't need to be a trader to understand how this works, but I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to draw an analogy, but it's going to specifically apply to what we're talking about here. So you might be able to see my screen right now, and I'm just going to draw a line. And let's just say this dashed line is our goal. And actually, let's change this dashed line to something that's a little bit more rugged, just so we can see it. Now, this is a nice thick line, and let's say this is our goal. Now, let's also say that we, just like a stock price, are going in a direction and we're trying to hit that goal. Maybe we're having our ups, maybe we're having our downs. Our intention, and I'm going to use, our intention is to start here and go there. This is how traditional goal setting works. They focus on a point A and they focus on a point B. And what they're trying to do is trying to get from point A to point B. This is the focus that most goal setting teaches you, going from point A to point B. What we want to do as people who achieve a lot is we want to actually go to point C, or let's just say this is our intention. This is our intention. So 1 is a goal. So I'm just going to differentiate this out just so you can understand. This is a goal. Now this is your intention. Notice how your intention goes well beyond the point B. Notice how your point B is now further than your actual goal. Now, for a lot of people, that might be kind of scary. I'm not used to hitting my goal, so how can I be used to hitting something even further than my goal? That sounds a little scary to me. But what you'll notice is if you can really master this, what ends up happening is your trajectory will look dramatically different. In fact, your trajectory instead will look so much further beyond because you're aiming further beyond than you ever thought possible. You will actually be having higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. And you might even hit your goal or what you thought your goal was. And you might even go higher and higher and higher and higher until you hit that goal. You go so far, you've even accomplished the next goal, the next year's goal. Maybe you just keep on going. Now, in life, we have a couple of different things that happen, right? So in trading, you'll call this breaking. You're breaking above a price level. So this is called breaking, and then you'll call retesting. And then going above would be following through. Now, why is this important specifically? We have to break our goals. We have to set an intention so far above that it is going to cause us to break our goals. And inevitably, our belief system, our mind is going to ask us questions. Do we really deserve this? Am I really worthy of this? Am I really capable of this? This self-worth questioning is going to be going off in your mind. Am I really worth this? Can I do this? Can I really get this done? Am I really that close? Oh my gosh, what happens if I get there? Now, when you are in the process of going beyond your goal, you're going towards your intention, that self-worth questioning is going to be going off. And this is why goal setting will not work to get you over the finish line. Because goal setting is only going to tell you to go from point A to point B. And if you're only focused on point A to point B, you can't see beyond. You don't have that 1,000-mile stare. When you hold that 1,000-mile stare, when you are seeing so far beyond into the future, this is what my life's purpose is. So obviously I'm going to crush that goal. Obviously I'm going to accomplish that step. Obviously that milestone must come next. It doesn't matter anymore. Those steps, those milestones don't matter anymore because you know that your life is dedicated to handling that intention. So when you can develop setting an intention, holding an intention that resonates with your life's purpose, your destiny here on earth, all the goals will start to fall into place. And remember the saying, even if I shoot for the stars, at least I'll hit the moon. That is the true understanding of intention. When you have your intention so far in advance, so far beyond, while everybody else is trying to just go paycheck to paycheck, and you're setting your intention for $10 million. You're going so far beyond. When you hit that $2 million mark, it's going to be well worth it because you didn't stop at 100,000. You didn't stop at 120,000. You didn't stop at 200,000. You didn't stop at 250,000. You kept going. So this is the importance of intention. When you remember this, I want you to really think about your intentions in this way. Think of it in the way that Bruce Lee sets up his 1-inch punch. All he had was 1 inch, and yet it generated enough power to break those boards. And in other videos you can see on YouTube, he's able to punch somebody so hard that the person flies back 6 feet. There is immense amount of power that gets generated when you can harness your energy, when you can harness your emotions, when you can harness your mindset and your will, and you set it on an intention and you hold that intention so purposefully. I hope this video has helped you, and I will see you again in another video.